The Ron Paul Institute for Peace and Prosperity welcomes you to 5 Minutes, 5 Issues.
Starting in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I am Adam Dick, a Ron Paul Institute Senior Fellow. Let's start.
Issue 1.
A few dozen Democratic United States House of Representatives and Senate members are staging a sit-in on the House floor this week. Why are they doing this? A primary goal of many of the sit-in participants is for the House to vote to prevent people on the no-fly list and other U.S. government so-called terror watch lists from buying or possessing guns. As I discussed in last week's 5 Minutes 5 Issues, these secret lists are shoddily compiled without respecting due process for people put on the lists. And now House members are taking part in this sit-in to demand expanded use of the lists? Disgraceful.
Issue 2.
Pharmacies in Texas will soon sell Naloxone without requiring a doctor's prescription. Naloxone can be used to prevent deaths from opioid overdoses. A recent easing of Texas' legal restrictions on access to Naloxone opened the way for the sales. Rolling back restrictions on the sale of opioids and other currently illegal or restricted drugs would further protect drug users from overdoses. When you buy your drugs legally, those drugs are much more likely to have predictable effects. That allows drug users to better manage their use.
Issue 3.
Over and over we hear from the media that Omar Mateen killed 49 people and injured another 53 people at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida earlier this month. But both those numbers may be wrong. Orlando Police Chief John Mina said on June 13th that it was being investigated whether police shot some of the Pulse victims. How many deaths and injuries, if any, were due to bullets fired by police? Scott Greenfield commented Monday at Simple Justice that autopsy reports should disclose which victims, if any, police shot. Regarding the lack of disclosure of this information, Greenfield writes, "Maybe not a single person in Pulse died because of a good bullet rather than a bad one. Who knows? Well, the government knows, and the fact that they are withholding that information from the public suggests they don't want us to know, which further suggests that they didn't do a very good tactical job of it. The government loves telling us about the great job it does. When it screws up, not so much."
Issue 4.
Are you familiar with Michele Flournoy? She is the co-founder and chief executive officer of the Center for a New American Security, which Ron Paul Institute Chairman Ron Paul called the flagship of the neocon wing of the Democratic Party and a think tank almost entirely funded by the military-industrial complex. Flournoy is also a former Undersecretary of Defense for Policy in the Obama administration. You may hear much more from her soon. Glenn Greenwald wrote Wednesday at The Intercept that should former U.S. Senator Hillary Clinton become president, Flournoy is almost certain to become Secretary of Defense. What does this suggest about Clinton's potential foreign policy actions? A lot, says Greenwald, who notes that Flournoy is now advocating for ramping up U.S. military action in Syria against both the Islamic State and the Syrian government.
Issue 5.
The Ron Paul Institute will hold its first public conference on Saturday, September 10th, and you are invited. RPI Chairman Ron Paul will speak at the conference, which will take place near Washington, D.C. More speakers will be announced. Conference tickets are on sale at a super early bird rate, and a limited number of guest rooms are available at a special discount rate. Find out more about the RPI conference at ronpaulinstitute.org/conference. That's a wrap. Transcripts of 5 Minutes 5 Issues episodes, including links to related information, are at the Ron Paul Institute blog.